Yeah.
So we're on location. My buddy xjoe81x is looking at this house, possibly to buy it. It's got a sign there. And he's going to get it inspected today, so we got the inspector here. So they're busy filling out some paperwork. It's the same gentleman that actually inspected my house, about 8 years ago. Thank you so much for talking over the program. But anyway, so they're doing that, and then we're going to take a look around and see what's doing. The cursory little inspection here. It looks like the brick is in pretty good shape. Steps are nice. I happen to like the little white caulk, or just the pointing of the whatever it is, just very sharp lines. So that's kind of nice. The driveway's got some cracks in it, been here, but it's old. You power wash it. Whatever it is. Looks like there was a crack there. It's been repaired. It's probably fine. So he was saying something about these are steel lintels, and you should drill some holes because otherwise they can rust out. There's a little bit of rust, but nothing, you know. He said drill some holes through there to let, as like weep holes to let this stuff out. And something with the gutter downspout, there should be like, instead of just running it right off the roof into that, the way I'd have to show you on the other side. There's supposed to be a little downspout there and stuff like that, but none of the houses have that. You can look at that one across the way, and it doesn't have it.
That's why they've sealed it over here, and they probably sealed
crack
it on
here.
the other side too. This over here structurally is doing nothing for the house.
Yeah.
Right here. You know why? Because the weight comes across this way, and the weight comes down here. So this wall, actually, if you punch the hole right in here, took this bottom wall out, it's not going to do anything to the house. Because look what's above it. See the glass above it? How structurally strong is that? Having been converted.
Well,
Okay, well, part of it. See if there's a, if you're going to keep using.
No, I'm cutting.
You go back to the garage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What?
That kind of
Here's the backyard.
most of the time they charge you about
A
$4.
nice patio here. Olded, but you can power wash it. Rip it out later,
This,
whatever.
patio back here,
Nice deck.
you know, it's usable.
Decent yard.
Oh, no, yeah, it's something I wouldn't do for years, but it serves its purpose.
Certainly a decent sized
Wait,
yard.
this piece over here,
It's exactly what I saw in the
glass
pictures.
is shot.
Pretty interesting.
It probably costs you more money to replace the glass than it is to buy a new set.
Glass table is
Yeah, I don't
shot.
know what.
Big deal. It may or may not be here. It looks like they got plastic ones up there on the deck because this one broke. We're by the deck here, and it seems to be in good shape. The Made in China solar lights and the rusty pipe strapping. Nifty little way to put it on, but it was handy. And this is part of that slab there. What's interesting is it goes under the deck, and there's old steps that used to go into the house there that are just there. And there's some storage under there, lights under there. Interesting. And I noticed this. I thought it was kind of strange that this beam is here and then doubled up with this. And I can't tell if maybe they decided they wanted to add this, although it does maybe look a little newer, which would make sense because this would have been the end of the deck here. In fact, the way it's cut, that may be actually what they did. Alright, so not too bad, not too bad. And well, that's interesting. There's an outlet on the fence. Interesting. Inspector rating here. I guess a little gate, get out the side, get out to the front over there. It's always not bad. It's kind of nice, but some pink tubing. Strange. It's corrugated. They were all buried, but in the front it had an original like 1950s sprinkler system, which apparently doesn't work, but it has the old school like brass heads, the green ones, the green looking ones, and that, maybe I'll get a picture of that later. Here's the deck. Okay. Look out other people's decks and the building.
Yeah, it doesn't,
back there.
I don't feel
They
like
have a
it's
green
like
pool
shaky.
over
No.
there.
It's great.
Usually, when
Definitely a nice deck.
When decks have problems, the place that they have the problems are where they attach.
Okay.
If a deck falls, most of the time that the deck falls, they fall at the house.
Oh, yeah.
This is a little burgundy. It's leaning over. But there's a chain link behind it, you can see right there. So we're still just wandering around, just talking about the various systems of the house. Talking about the heating system and how it actually works and what other things they have and stuff like that.
I love that. Your water meter is down here. That's the offset pipe.
Gotcha.
That's where the whistle comes from.
This is where the pipes for the old sprinklers come through. That actually looks even thicker than what they use nowadays. They're a little thinner.
Big one of these.
Brick comes around here. If you like brick.
Then eventually we said that
Kind of a little,
we got involved with Marriott.
I don't know who's looking at the back, but you figure they could have done that a little nicer, but oh well. So, yeah, came all the way around, back in front now. There's the old school head. It'd really be something if this stuff actually works. And there's this green placard here. It used to say something, but it's kind of too worn away. This is what he was saying about the gutter. If that pitches toward the roof like that, then water will go underneath it. So it should be actually capped there instead of just cut so the water goes into it like a trough.
Okay. So we're good to go.
Somebody else is going to have to do that because I can't reach.
Do what?
Pull the door.
Oh, we're gonna